What if the greatest obstacle in your life isn't your past, your circumstances, or the people around you? What if it's the voice inside your own mind? The voice that keeps replaying old mistakes, worrying about tomorrow, and stealing the only moment that truly exists. Millions spend their entire lives trapped in thoughts, never realizing they have the power to step free. This story is a guide to breaking out of the prison of your mind and discovering a life that has been waiting for you all along. This is the power of now. Every morning, the alarm rang at exactly 6:30. Before his eyes were even fully open, his mind had already begun its endless work. It replayed the awkward conversation from yesterday. It reminded him of mistakes he wished he could erase. It imagined problems that hadn't happened yet, and it asked the same exhausting questions. What if I fail? What if things never get better? What if I'm not good enough? The day hadn't even started, yet he was already tired. He reached for his phone without thinking. News, messages, emails, social media. One thought quickly became another. Before long, his mind was carrying the weight of an entire day that hadn't even happened. He hurried through breakfast, barely tasting a single bite. He drove through streets filled with morning sunshine, but never noticed the golden light spilling across the buildings. He passed families laughing together, children walking to school, birds singing from the trees. Yet he saw almost none of it. His body moved through the world, but his mind lived somewhere else. At work, he worried about the future. At home, he replayed the past. Even during conversations, he wasn't truly listening. He was preparing his next response, or thinking about something completely different. The days became weeks. The weeks became months. The months quietly became years. Life kept moving forward, but somehow, he felt as though he had never truly lived it. Every achievement brought only temporary satisfaction. Every problem gave birth to another worry. No matter what changed around him, the noise inside his mind never stopped. He believed the stress came from his job, from other people, from money, from circumstances beyond his control. He searched everywhere for peace, without ever looking in the one place that mattered. He never realized the prison wasn't the world around him. The prison was the endless voice inside his own mind. Nothing around him looked broken. He had a stable job, a comfortable apartment, people who cared about him. From the outside, his life seemed perfectly ordinary, perhaps even successful. Yet every night, he carried home the same invisible weight. When the world finally became quiet, his mind grew even louder. He tried distracting himself. Movies, music, scrolling endlessly through his phone, working longer hours, sleeping earlier, sleeping later. Nothing worked. The silence he was trying to escape always found him. One evening, after another long day, he sat alone in his apartment. The television was off. His phone rested silently on the table. Outside, the city lights shimmered peacefully beneath the night sky. For the first time in a long time, there was nothing demanding his attention, and yet, he couldn't feel peace. His thoughts continued racing, one after another, without permission, without end. He closed his eyes, hoping for just a moment of silence. But the conversation inside his own mind continued. It judged him, questioned him, reminded him of old mistakes, warned him about tomorrow. It never stopped. Then a question quietly entered his mind, not out of fear, but out of exhaustion. If everything around me is finally quiet, why am I still at war? He slowly looked around the empty room. There was no argument, no emergency, no crisis. Nothing outside of him was causing this pain. For the first time, he wondered if the battle had never been with the world. Perhaps it had always been with the voice inside his own mind. And that single realization would become the beginning of everything that followed. The following evening, instead of reaching for another distraction, he reached for a book. It wasn't looking for answers that changed him. It was the willingness to stop running. As he slowly turned the pages, one simple idea caught his attention. Perhaps the voice inside his head wasn't who he really was. He paused. The room became completely still. Could that really be true? He read this sentence again. For years, he had believed every thought that entered his mind, every fear, every doubt, every criticism, every imagined disaster. He had accepted them all as reality. But what if thoughts were simply thoughts? What if they were passing clouds, not the sky itself? He closed the book, not because he had found every answer, but because one question refused to leave him. If I can't hear the voice inside my mind, then who is the one listening? For several quiet minutes, he simply sat there, not trying to control his thoughts, not trying to stop them, just watching. One thought appeared, then another, then another. For the first time, he didn't chase them, he simply noticed them. And something extraordinary happened. For a brief moment, between one thought and the next, there was silence. It lasted only an instant, but it was enough. Enough for him to realize there was something within him, far quieter than his thoughts, something that had been there all along, patiently waiting to be discovered. And for the first time in years, he experienced a peace that did not come from changing the world around him. It came from simply being present within it. The next morning, nothing about his life had changed. The same alarm rang. The same apartment greeted him. The same job was waiting. But something inside him was different. For the first time, he didn't reach for his phone. He simply sat on the edge of his bed. He noticed his breathing, the quiet of the room, the warmth of the morning light. Nothing extraordinary had happened, and yet, everything felt new. As he prepared breakfast, he wasn't rushing to finish. He noticed the aroma of fresh coffee, the warmth of the mug in his hands, the sound of the kettle, the taste of the first bite. He realized how many ordinary moments he had been absent from. On his drive to work, he noticed the sunrise, golden light spilling across the buildings, birds gliding through the morning sky, children laughing on their way to school. The same streets he had driven for years now seemed alive. At work, the deadlines still existed. Emails still arrived. Meetings still filled the calendar. But instead of becoming lost in tomorrow, he focused on the task directly in front of him. One moment, one conversation, one breath at a time. Even when difficult thoughts appeared, he no longer believed every one of them. He simply noticed them and let them pass, like clouds, moving across a vast open sky. Some stayed longer than others, but none of them lasted forever. He began listening when people spoke, really listening, not preparing his next response, not waiting for his turn, just being there. And something remarkable happened. The more present he became, the more alive the world seemed. The wind felt softer, food tasted richer, laughter sounded fuller. Silence no longer frightened him. It became a place of rest. He finally understood. Peace had never been hiding in another job, another achievement, another relationship, or another tomorrow. It had been quietly waiting, in the only moment he had ever truly possessed. This one. His life didn't become perfect. There were still difficult days, unexpected setbacks, moments of sadness, moments of uncertainty. The world continued changing, just as it always had. But something fundamental had changed within him. He no longer believed that every thought deserved his attention. He no longer chased every fear or argued with every uncomfortable emotion. He learned to let each moment arrive and each moment leave, like the tide meeting the shore. Without resistance, he discovered a freedom that had nothing to do with circumstances, a freedom no promotion could give, no amount of money could buy, no relationship could guarantee, because it had never depended on the world. It depended only on his awareness of the present moment. He finally understood. Life is not happening someday, not after success, not after everything is finally under control. Life is happening now. Every sunrise, every conversation, every breath, every ordinary moment. That is where peace lives. That is where joy quietly waits. Perhaps that is why so many people spend their lives searching, without realizing. They are searching for something they have never actually lost. The present moment has always been here, patiently waiting. The only question is, will we finally be here too?